Question number 3. All right, so we have the following question. Just so you guys know, this is on page 426 of your textbook. So if you want to go to page 426, it's question number 13. Page 426, number 13. Or at least that's what I have written in my notes, so I apologize if you go there and that's not it. Okay, an art gallery has a collection of 85 masks of people and animals. 60% of the people masks are made of yellow cedar. 40% of the animal masks are made of yellow cedar. The total number of yellow cedar masks is 38. How many people masks and animal masks are there? So the question is asking us how many total people masks are there and how many total animal masks are there. Let X represent total number of people masks. Let Y represent total number of animal masks. It would be very wise of you, I haven't said this in the last 2 videos because I've forgotten to, but it would be very wise of you to pause the video right now and try to solve this, especially now that I've defined the variables for you. So you know what you're trying to solve. You're trying to solve X, the number of people masks, and the number of animal masks. So pause the video and try to do it on your own. We know as well that the number 85, this is the total number of masks, like all masks. We know that the number 38 is the total number of yellow cedar. Masks. So this is all the information that we're given, as well as those percentages. So let's try and come up with 2 equations, keeping in mind some of the tricks that I've taught you. Always pay attention for one of those X plus Y equations first. In this case, it should, by now, I hope, jump right out at you. There's a total here. All of the masks are 85. So our first equation is very simple. X, which represents all of the people masks, plus Y, which represents all of the animal masks, equals 85. So that's just saying all the people ones plus all the animal ones equals the total number. And of course that would be true. A trickier equation is the next one. Now, we know that 60% of the people masks, which are these ones here, X's, plus 40% of the animal masks, Y, will equal the total number of yellow cedar masks, which is 38. So what we know is that there are 38 yellow cedar masks. We know that 60%, which we would have to write as a 0.6, 60% of the people ones plus 40% of the animal ones will equal this total number. So here are our 2 equations. 60% of the people mass plus 40% animal mass equal the total number of the yellow cedar ones, because 60% of these ones are yellow cedar. So this is saying what this term here communicates is all of the yellow cedar people mass plus all of the yellow cedar animal masks equals 38. So here are our 2 equations. So the first thing I want to do is, personally I like to use elimination. I just find it a bit quicker and easier. So I don't like dealing with decimals though. So I'm going to multiply, just for starters, I'm going to multiply this equation by 10, which is just going to move this decimal over here, this decimal over here, and this decimal over one more, making it 380. So this will be 6x plus 4y equals 380. Perfect. Now, seeing this equation has a 6x and a 4y, there's multiple ways you could do it. You could either multiply this one by 6 to make your x terms the same, or you can multiply it by 4 to make your y terms the same. So typically we do the x, but I recognize in doing that I'm going to have a 6y here. If I multiply this by 6, I'll have 6 minus 6, but then I'll have 4 minus 6. And I'd prefer to just keep it positive, so I'm going to multiply this by 4 instead. So the 4 will come in here, and in here. So what I'm going to have now is 4x plus 4y equals 85 times 4, which is 340. Use elimination. 6 minus 4 gives me 2x. Positive 4 minus positive 4 gives me 0y, so that forms my 0 pair there. That's equal to 380 minus 340, which of course leaves me with 40. Divide each side by 2. 2's cancel out. You're left with x equals 20. So what does that even mean? That means that the total number of people masks is 20. So if we know that there's 85 altogether, y must be, the remainder of that amount. So we can just come over here to our, oh, please tell me I'm recording this. Oh, thank God. All right, so we've got our x plus y equation that I wrote down here. X plus y equals 85. We just solved x to be 20. To isolate y, subtract 20 from this side and subtract 20 from this side. So now we have y equals 65 and x equals 20. So x equals 20, y equals 65. Of course you should check it, but in the interest of time, I'm not going to do that.